100,000 years ago, at least 6 different species of human inhabited our planet Earth. Yet today, there is only one species, we, the audacious Homo sapiens. What happened to the other species? And what may happen to us? Dear Toastmasters, good evening and welcome to yet another project speech at the KTMMR Toastmasters Club. Today, I am speaking about Sapiens, a brief history of humankind, an international bestseller book by Dr. Yuval Harari, an Israeli intellectual, historian, and a professor in the Department of History at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. His writings examine free will, consciousness, intelligence, happiness, and suffering. This book surveys the history of humankind from the evolution of archaic human species in the Stone Age up to the 21st century, focusing on Homo sapiens. I would say that this book is a flamboyantly adventurous account on the origin of species and ends with post-humans. Harari surveys the history of humankind in the Stone Age up to the 21st century, focusing on Homo sapiens. He divides the history of sapiens into 4 major parts. 1. The cognitive revolution 70,000 years ago, when sapiens evolved imagination. Number 2. The agricultural revolution 12,000 years ago, the development of agriculture. Number 3. The unification of humankind, the gradual consolidation of human political organizations towards one global empire. And last, number 4, the scientific revolution around 500 years ago, the emergence of objective science. Harari writes about the cognitive revolution occurring roughly 70,000 years ago, when Homo sapiens took the place of the rival Neanderthals and other species of the genus Homo, developed language skills and structured societies, and ascended as apex predators, aided by the agricultural revolution and accelerated by the scientific method, which have allowed humans to approach near mastery of their environment. His books also examine the possible consequences of a futuristic biotechnological world in which intelligent biological organisms are surpassed by their own creations. He said Homo sapiens, as we know them, will disappear in a century or so. In this book, Dr. Harari compels us to look ahead because over the last few decades, humans have begun to bend the laws of natural selection that have governed life for the past 4 billion years. We are acquiring the ability to design not only the world around us, but also ourselves. Where is this leading us? And what do we want to become? Understanding the evolution of our species allows us to recognize a pattern of testing and learning over many millennia, and by analyzing our past, we can help ensure we shape a better future. With this realization, it is now up to us to take it from here, and there is absolutely no doubt we will need to die together. Humans' violent treatment over other animals is a theme that runs throughout the book. In discussing the unification of humankind, Harari argues that over its history, the trend for sapiens has increasingly been towards political and economic interdependence. For centuries, the majority of humans lived in empires, and capitalist globalization is effectively producing one global empire. Harari argues that money, empires, and universal religions are the principal drivers of this process. Harari sees the scientific revolution as founded on innovation in European thought, whereby elites become willing to admit to and hence to try to remedy their ignorance. He sees this as one driver of early modern European imperialism and of the current convergence of human cultures. Harari concludes by considering how modern technology may soon end the species as we know it, as it ushers the genetic engineering, immortality, and non-organic life. Humans have, in Harari's chosen metaphor, become gods. They can create species. The long history of humankind is portrayed in a vivid and entertaining language throughout this book. Dr. Harari makes our complex history understandable in an easy to digest manner. I love the way how he applies a neutral tone to these historical events, not trying to persuade us to believe in one way or the other. If you are curious about why human beings turned out the way we are today, this is a good book to quickly gain useful insights. I strongly recommend this book, Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari, to all the viewers who are watching my speech, as I am pretty sure that it will awaken your inner voice. Thank you.